My name is Anabelle Capois Espinal, and this is my final project showcase for the KaggleX BIPOC Mentorship Program. First, I'd love to share a bit about myself. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, but I've been in the US now most of my life. I'm a first-generation immigrant, college graduate, and career pivoter. I call New York City home, and have been based out of Brooklyn for the last 9 years. I have a bachelor's in business and economics in German, and an MBA in strategy and international business, which I acquired in May of 2022. Currently in my career, I am looking to become a data analyst, and I'm transitioning from the nonprofit sector where I worked mainly in program operations. My journey into the data space has definitely not been linear, but ever since taking the first step, I've been able to come across multiple programs and opportunities that help people like me gain the necessary skills, knowledge, and confidence to thrive in spaces like data and tech. Now that we've gotten acquainted, let's talk about the project that I was able to complete for my portfolio thanks to the structure provided by the KaggleX BIPOC Mentorship Program. The first step of my project was identifying a dataset that I wanted to work with. I was particularly interested in looking at what the top programming languages were. I was able to identify a dataset on the Kaggle platform, and I used this dataset on SQL to further combine the tables. After combining the tables on SQL, I took the CSV file so that I can clean up the data and perform my analysis and machine learning model on Python using Jupyter Notebook. To better understand my data, I went ahead and conducted a descriptive analysis. This gave me the statistic information for all of my columns. From the first analysis, I could tell that I had 158 languages that I would be looking at. I wanted to simplify this further, so to do this, I created a separate table for each column or variable and sorted them based on activity level. After that, I combined the tables to keep only the ones that matched across the new 3 tables created. This gave me a total of the top 20 programming languages across all 3 categories. The next step was to visualize my data. You can choose the best graph to represent your data for clarity to the audience. I decided to start off with a scatter plot, and from here, I could tell the repositories had a lot less activity numbers than issues and pull requests. And this makes sense since pull requests and issues are within repositories on GitHub. I decided scatterplot was not the way to go for my project. I went ahead and put my data in a stacked bar chart. It was more visually appealing, but still it was challenging to see the repositories. To improve this, I went ahead and created a separate bar graph for repositories. As someone with a non-traditional background for data science, it can be intimidating to see all of the options of programming languages available to learn. In order to better break down this data and pick the best programming language to learn, I'm going to go ahead and cluster my data. Clustering is considered a type of unsupervised machine learning. In order to decide the number of clusters I want to break it down into, I'm going to use the elbow method. This elbow chart will give me the optimal amount of clusters to use. The elbow method showed us that the optimal amount of clusters for this data is 3. Using this information, we conduct the k-means clustering. The clusters can be seen on the last column of the table on the left. We can visualize this information, and we can see on the right that Python and JavaScript are in their category of their own. As a data person, Python would be the language that I would need to master. Pause the video to see the project summary and some key learnings and takeaways. Thank you for watching.